My name is Reed Yobe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. There are a few ideas that I would like to share with you. Ideas that I strongly believe they can help you to achieve success in selling. Today, I want to focus on supplying the retailers. If you are supplying the retailers, or if you intend to supply retailers, then this video is for you. The first and most important thing is for you to focus on the needs of the retailer. You must always focus. The driving force behind everything that you do when you are conducting business with the retailer must be motivated by the needs of the retailer. You must always see yourself as a consultant or problem solver. You must always see yourself as a problem solver. You are on a mission. See yourself as someone that is on a mission, and your mission is to help the retailer to achieve his or her objectives. Your success as a supplier lies in the success of the retailer through selling your product. That's where the whole secret is. Focus on helping the retailer to achieve his or her business goals through selling your product. And you must know that the main objective is for the retailer to make profit. The retailer also would like for the final consumers to keep coming. So in other words, the retailer wants to build and maintain long-lasting relationships with the final consumers, those people that walk into his store or her store. The retailer wants to have loyal customers that keep coming to buy to his store, and this can be achieved if the products that are being sold are of good quality, or rather, let me put it this way, high quality. And if the customers can trust the products that are being sold by the retailer, then that loyalty can be achieved, and the customers will keep coming. And if the retailer can achieve that through selling your products, then the retailer will continue to buy from you, and automatically a relationship between you, the supplier, and the retailer will be strengthened. So that's what you want. That's exactly what you want. And once you create a situation like that, or once you achieve that objective on behalf of the retailer also automatically become loyal to you. There are some benefits that you may also end up enjoying from working with the retailer. And they also include being allocated shelf space in prime spots. The retailer will also be making payments on time. But the other thing that you also must bear in mind as you focus on the needs of the retailer is not to overstock. Don't overstock the retailer. There are some suppliers who overstock retailers. And the reason they do that is because they are greedy and they are so desperate to achieve their own business goals. You must never let your desire to achieve your own goals as a supplier, your business goals, you must never let your desire to achieve your own business goals divert you from focusing on the needs of the supplier. I mean, the needs of the retailer. You must always be focused on the needs of the retailer. And don't let anything divert you from the needs of the retailer. Remember, you want payment. You want payment for the orders that you deliver to the retailer. So you must also make sure that the retailer makes money and achieve his or her objectives. And that can be made possible if you supply the retailer with what is needed at that particular time. You don't want a situation whereby a retailer pays you and then they sit with stock that is not selling and might even take time for them to sell. You want a situation whereby you deliver the customer, the retailer pays. After the retailer pays, they also sell, and then you give them another order. So you must keep your orders small. The other thing that can help is just being sociable, talking to people. When you walk into a store, talk to almost everyone. Don't just talk to the manager, the owner, or the supervisors, or the people that give you orders like buyers. Speak to everybody. One thing that I want you to know that happens in the retail industry is that the person that you see today as a cleaner, tomorrow you might walk into the store and find out that that person is now a buyer. The person that is a supervisor today, tomorrow you might walk into that store and find out that the person is now a manager. So you must speak to everyone. It makes your life easy. How would you feel? How difficult will it be for you, for instance, to start talking to somebody? Let's say you were walking into this store almost like every day for months and you were not talking to this person. Maybe simply because they are the cleaner. And one day you walk into the store, you want to place an order, and then you're just told that the person that you have to speak to is the very person that you were not talking to for the past few months, who was the cleaner and has recently been promoted and is now the buyer. So you must be sociable, speak to almost everybody. That can even go a long way also as far as helping you to achieve your objectives as a supplier are concerned. Remember, it's not easy to get a new customer, and in this case your customers are stores. A new store might be opened in town, and when a new store has been opened in town, as you walk into that new store, you may find out that the person who is manager in that particular store was once a manager in one of the stores that you used to supply. But if you were friends with that person, it makes your life easy. Let me tell you something that you need to know as far as business is concerned, and the advantage of just being sociable. There are some sales reps or suppliers that when you hear them talk about how they are conducting their business, it sounds so impressive. But there are certain things that they are doing which you can see that if the person was really sociable, they were not going to go through all that trouble, because it's actually time consuming, and you may not, and sometimes they don't achieve what they want. What I'm referring to is maybe the sending of emails. and maybe uh, requesting appointments, and you can hear someone talking and saying, I have an appointment with this manager, I have an appointment with this owner of the store, we are going to have a meeting on this particular day at maybe 10 o'clock in the morning. But you know what, such thing, and what they want to discuss is something that you can even send a WhatsApp message, and then the person can just tell you that it's okay. But for you to be able to reach that level where you can send someone a WhatsApp message to request something, for you to reach that level, you need to be very sociable, make friends with people. I'm not just saying things here. Whatever that I'm sharing with you in this video is based on what I have experienced and the things that I am experiencing at this point in time. I've been working in the sales for more than 10 years, and I know what I'm talking about. There are stores which I walked into and find that the manager was my friend, and then they just said, bring your stock. And they didn't have to ask me what to bring. But because we are friends, and they know also I have a reputation, and the reputation that you must have is of focusing on the needs of the customer. That's the reputation that you must build. The customers must get to a point where they say, no, this person is not going to dump stuff on me so that they can make money. There are people who do that. They just walk into a store. If a customer agrees to stock their product, then they deliver and they get the payment. They don't worry about what is going to happen to the stock. Which brings me to another point. And what I want to share with you, the other thing also when it comes to business, is before you approach a retailer, you must conduct a research. You must conduct a research of the people that walk into the store. Check and see if those people need your product and also are capable of paying. Can they pay? Do they have enough money? Can they afford your product? In other words, that's what I'm trying to say. Find out if the people need your product, number one, if they can afford it. Those are the two most important questions that you must ask yourself before you approach the retailer. Once you realize that the people, the final consumers that walk into a particular store need your product and they can also afford it, that's when you can approach the retailer. And once you approach the retailer, you will be confident and knowing that this is going to work. And suppliers who are confident when they walk into a store and probably maybe the retailer is hesitant to order their product, they can even offer the product on consignment because they are confident that this is going to sell. I have done it and I do it. If the customer, the retailer is willing to accept my product on consignment, I am happy to do that. And normally I give them the consignment period could be even longer than the time that I know that this product is going to, that the time I know the product is going to need for you to sell. Sometimes I walk into a store and I tell them I'll provide you, I can supply you with maybe 5 or 6 of my best selling lines, and I'm going to offer, give you 10 units per line. And within a week, the retailer might say, I want another order. But then we say, you have to pay first. Pay first before we can give you another order. focus, focus, and I repeat, focus is the most important thing when you're doing business. You must focus on the needs of the retailer. Sometimes it can even get you to a point whereby you have to walk into the store and meet up with the final consumer of the product and give them samples. Let them test the product. And if you can make the final consumer happy, they'll buy the product and they'll keep coming to buy. But remember, they are not buying direct from you, the supplier, but they are buying from the retailer. So if you go into the store, conduct in-store promotions, you can also help the retailer to achieve sales. Because remember one thing, like I said at the beginning of this video, that the success of your own business lies in the success of the retailer. And if the retailer is not happy with your product, if the retailer is not happy with the sales, you risk losing business. The retailer might even get to a point where they discontinue your products, and you don't want something like that to happen. You don't want the retailer to discontinue your products. So you must do everything within your means to ensure that your product sells. And if you're confident that your product will sell, then that should get you to the point of meeting up with the final consumers. And if you may need to do some adjustments on your product, meeting up with the final consumers can help you to do so, because you can ask questions and then you can get some information that will help you to make the necessary adjustments on your own product. I hope I help someone. Let us reserve more ideas for the next video. My name is Reed Yobe. Thank you.